They said the empire was built on gold, and now the headlines say the stories unfold. Flashing lights, courtroom rows, silence loud, and the pressure grows. From Harlem streets to the Forbes list, now he's sitting where the storm hits. Cameras on, but who's legit? Truth and lies in the same script. Diddy defense team got 8 on the move. Agnafilo, Jarago, Shapiro, Steele, Donaldson, Westmoreland, Estavo, and Driscoll. The feds got him on 5 charges. They say he on that RICO. Media says he is guilty out the gate. 8 male jurors and 4 women hold his fate. No cameras allowed in the court. Content creators screaming more, more, more. Diamonds heavy, but the weight's not cash. Every step watched through the media flash. Friends turn foes and the past don't pass. When receipts get pulled and they come in stacks. Official transcripts will show the full story. Full statements, but the details may be gold. They wanna put me on trial, put my name on file. Want me to hang it up, but that ain't my style. Say I'm back on road, no hand on Bible. We got this game in a chokehold. Yeah, I'm so cold. My whole career they tried to test me and I aced it. When you want something done, you gotta go and get it. Hate to put you on blast, but it's not up for debate. When the odds stacked against me, victims' names not being used to keep from getting approached by the accused. Kanye showing up in white, saying Diddy fight, fight. What's legacy when it's on the line? Is the name you built still gonna shine? Or does silence scream like a warning sign while the world debates guilt or crime? Every empire's got a tale untold. Every mogul's got nights cold. But behind closed doors, who holds control? Truth is a mirror and it never folds. Spotlight shadows can't outrun fate. Every crown's heavy when it's tied to the state. From the charts to the court, it's a razor blade. Walking the edge that the headlines made. Did the feds charge Diddy for his crimes, or just for some freak off good times? Baby oil galore, but the feds say there is much more. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This will be left to the 12 on the jury committee. Is this a RICO, or just a man being major sicko? Was he really the king or just a fling? Did Diddy do what they say? Will NYC jail be where he will stay? Did he bop in the hotels on the top floors? Different bows in different area codes. Some would call them the defense saying evidence is a blur. Some witnesses concur. Will the bad boy for life be serving life, or will he get the win and be in the next jet to Berlin? Spotlight shadows can't outrun fate. Every crown's heavy when it's tied to the state. From the charts to the court, it's a razor blade. Walking the edge that the headlines lay. The devil is in the details. While the world debates guilt or crime, is it RICO or freak off?
Diddy says he is love, love, love.
They said the empire was built on gold, and now the headlines say the stories unfold. Flashing lights, courtroom rows, silence loud, and the pressure grows. From Harlem streets to the Forbes list, now he's sitting where the storm hits. Cameras on, but who's legit? Truth and lies in the same script. Diddy defense team got 8 on the move. Agnafilo, Jarago, Shapiro, Steele, Donaldson, Westmoreland, Estavo, and Driscoll. The feds got him on 5 charges. They say he on that RICO. Media says he is guilty out the gate. 8 male jurors and 4 women hold his fate. No cameras allowed in the court. Content creators screaming more, more, more. Diamonds heavy, but
Hey guys, I am back. I told you guys if I get anything new, any kind of newsworthy information, I was going to come back to you guys and bring it to you guys. So I do have the ruling. The judge just ruled for the prosecution in regarding to Mia. All right, let me give you what he said. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my little trusty thing up here again. Let me tell you what the judge just said on it. Okay, y'all ready? All right. You see how quick he was to respond to them? He was so quick. Okay, hold on. Okay. This was the motion from the prosecution in regard to Mia testifying. And you know what? He goes right on right here. Government's motion is what? Granted. So he is allowing Mia to give an impact statement. See how quick he turns around and do this? He turned around and do this right away, right? Right away. Right away, JT. Right away, Miss Green Eyes. Right away, he turned around and given an answer to this motion. He says the government cited a United States versus Sanson, which held as follows. While the CVRA provides certain victims with a statutory right to speak, it does not impose limits on who the district court may allow to speak. District courts have broad discretion both as to the type of information they may consider in imposing sentencing and the source from which the information derived. United States versus Smith. Then he says, in passing, the CVRA, Congress has not placed arbitrary limits on what information a district court may consider at sentencing. ID at 215. Victim one's testimony about the damaging effects on Sanson's conduct was relevant to the district court's consideration of the statutory purposes of sentencing, and Sanson had a fair opportunity to respond in his remarks to the district court. In response, the defense cites no authority that would support exclusion of Mia from speaking during the sentencing hearing. Though the defense argues, now listen to this, though the defense argues that Mia has been discredited. See? See? He agrees, right? It doesn't explain why she should be excluded, given that the defense will, of course, be afforded a fair opportunity to respond to any remarks that Mia offers. ID. The clerk of court is respectfully directed to terminate the motion ECF at 519. So ordered. Now the judge signed off on it. So the judge is agreeing that even though that woman lied, I'm still gonna give her the opportunity to speak. I'm still gonna give her the opportunity to speak. So defense could go and counter what she's saying, and so therefore we'll let her in. Exactly. But let me tell you, wait a minute. I got something to show you guys. I got something to show you guys because I'm telling you, defense ain't playing. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me. My girl is speaking up. My girl. You know who my girl is, y'all? You know who my girl You know who my girl is who's speaking up about this whole thing? And they are not holding back either. They are putting their foot on the neck of the judge. They're putting their foot on the neck of the judge. Listen what they say. This is what they're saying. Y'all know who my girl is, right? Ashley Merchant is speaking about this, y'all. Ashley Merchant is talking about this. Hold on. We're going to let Ashley give you her piece, her 2 cents in this. They're analyzing it along with Tenny's dad. You ready? Hold on. Here we go.
Diddy, in full disclosure, I've, I've represented Sean for almost 20 years on a multitude of things. In fact, just this past week, I got
Okay, I got to
his
rewind
mother.
it. I got to rewind it. Hold on.
We're going to start with Diddy. In full disclosure, I've, I've represented Sean for almost 20 years on a multitude of things. In fact, just this past week, I got his mother's case dismissed. Somebody was suing on some
You I don't know who Ashley Merchant is? She's the
and
one
my
in
daughter
Fulton County.
was his and is his lead lawyer, co-lead lawyer with Mark Agnifilo. And so, in full disclosure, I cannot believe how ridiculous the government is, but I'll let you ladies talk about that.
Oh, they're insane. This is
Yes.
ridiculous. I mean, asking to max him out. And the thing that really makes me mad is they're asking for extra time based on conduct that they couldn't prove. That just, it happens all the time. I've had clients sentenced on it, but it makes me mad because, they overcharge cases and the defense has to defend an overcharged case. And then they convict on scraps and they think that they should get sentenced on what they couldn't prove. And that is crap. They shouldn't. The jury did not believe
let me break that down, just because that is a pearl of wisdom. They overcharge. The prosecution controls the courts. For anybody who thinks a judge controls it, you're naive. It's the prosecution who controls the criminal justice system. They overcharged. They took their best shot. They tried to take away his freedom. They tried to take away his entire billion-dollar fortune. They lost. They lost all the counts that count. But what do they do now? They come in and they say, hey, judge, I know we overcharged. I know we lost. I know 12 jurors who sat here for 6 weeks rejected our theories, but we want you to use that conduct, which we lost and overcharged, to enhance it and give him 135 months.
Yeah, but they know, Mark, I think the tenor in that courtroom, at least what I was picking up, is this, I know judges are supposed to be neutral, but you guys have all been doing this long enough to know they're not always. Some of them do put their finger on the scale, and they do that how? Through their rulings, right? Diddy got shot down. What was it, Mark? 5 freaking times on bail? Like, he wasn't going to go.
No, he doesn't let him go.
He should not have been locked up for all this time. That has nothing to do with whether I think he's guilty, not guilty. He really shouldn't have. And the judge could have let him go, especially after the jury came back, knocked out the top counts, and really minimized this case.
Yep.
And then he should have been let out at least then. And for the judge to not do that, that tells me either he's being very performative or he's going to do everything in his power to give him the highest possible sentence range he can. And that probably scares your daughter and the rest of her defense team. And maybe it should.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have so many competing emotions on this, because on one hand, Judge Subramanian issued an order, and they had a hearing, I believe 4 or 5 days ago, where he asked 5 questions. And he asked these 5 questions and had the colloquy with Alexandra Shapiro, who is the appellate lawyer who was actually in the trial handling this. Both she and His Honor are former Supreme Court clerks and some of the smartest people you'll ever watch in a courtroom. And he asked 5 questions about the constitutionality, basically, of the Mann Act provisions. And for those who don't know, the Mann Act is the transportation across state lines for purposes of prostitution, broadly speaking. But there was an argument that Sean did not have sex with the escorts, and he was clearly filming what was happening. And how is that any different, number one, than pornography? Number two, I always say, and there but for the grace of God walk I, how many times I'm up the road at Burbank Airport, where I'm going today, flying to Vegas on a Friday afternoon. If you saw the crowd that was in the Burbank Airport flying across state lines to go have sex in Las Vegas, you could incarcerate the entire airport. But he asked these questions, which judges rarely do in a post-conviction Rule 29. Basically, what you're telling the judge is, once the prosecution rests, judge, there's not enough evidence. He had taken that under submission. One of the interesting things, and why I say I have mixed emotions, it hasn't been widely reported. His other previous criminal trial before this case, He waited until after that person was convicted. He vacated the conviction in that case and granted the Rule 29. He's in that same position potentially here. He did it a week before sentencing. He brought the lawyers and Sean into court. He asked the government these questions. The government is now asking for basically 11 years, about the same length of time that Sean was involved with Cassie, ironically. And that's what they're asking for. You also, and I'd love to hear your thing, I always feel like when the government goes so overboard, are they afraid that he's going to embrace the defense request for 14 months and hoping that he kind of cuts the baby in half?
Split the baby. Yeah. I think they're always trying to split the baby. And I think that's the problem. You know, the defense essentially wants him out almost on time served. And so if the state asks for a ton of time, I mean, if they'd asked for 5 years and he splits the baby, then what's it going to be, 2.5 years? And I think that always factors in. And I hate that factors in, because I hate that the prosecution always asks for more time. It's like they forget that they're talking about a human being's life behind bars in barbaric, situation. I mean, our prisons and jails are awful. I don't think anybody can dispute that. They're awful. And so you're talking about taking a human out of society, and it's like they just arbitrarily pick a number. Oh, well, we think it's going to be in the middle, so we're going to ask for more time so that when he splits the baby, we'll get, 5 years. That is a long time. That is a very long time. 11 years behind bars is an extremely long time. And I know people are mad and they don't like Diddy and they don't like what he did. But you got to look at the facts. You got to look at what they could prove, what he was convicted of. And the letter that they attached from Cassie, from one of his accusers, says basically she wants him kept behind bars because she's afraid of what retribution will happen. Well, you know what? Someone with Diddy's means, if he was going to do some type of retribution, he can do it from behind bars. I mean, I think that's a ridiculous reason to keep someone in jail. There's ankle monitor. There's tons of different things that can be monitored. Put someone out, put them out in society, have them monitored. That's what probation's for. That's what supervised release is for. Give him a chance. Don't say, oh, well, I'm afraid he's going to have retribution. And so therefore, I think you need to lock him up and throw away the key. I mean, we're talking about a federal shutdown right now. Federal prisons are expensive. Cut the guy a break.
Well,
I don't think this judge has the balls to cut this guy a break.
I don't think he does either.
I like him. I liked his thoughtfulness. What bothers me about this case, and has bothered me,
hold on. I gotta repeat that part. Which he don't have the balls. Hold on.
Civil
different things that can be monitored. Put someone out. Put them out in society. Have them monitored. That's what probation's for. That's what supervised release is for. Give him a chance. Don't say, oh, well, I'm afraid he's going to have retribution, and so therefore, I think you need to lock him up and throw away the key. I mean, we're talking about a federal shutdown right now. Federal prisons are expensive. Cut the guy a break.
Well,
I don't think this judge has the balls to cut this guy a break.
I don't think he does either.
I like him. I liked his thoughtfulness. What bothers me about this case, and has bothered me about this case, is this case seemed to be civil driven. And what do I mean by that? The civil lawsuit, the failed mediation, the Adult Survivors Act, basically the lawsuit that was filed by Cassie, which was the blueprint for what the Southern District adopted. And now there's this argument that, oh, I'm scared. Well, you weren't scared when you cashed the $20 million check. You weren't scared in the years since then to the point where you made a police report. By the way, in the 11 years that you were with him, you never called the police once, except at one point when a neighbor called the police. So there's a little, talk about performative. There's a little much. And then when you have one of the named so-called victims, and one of the themes of this case was nobody ever called the police.
Hello.
It's like, why was nobody ever calling the police if you were so scared? And now in retrospect you are, when, by the way, you're filing lawsuits. One of the letters was from somebody who had testified in the trial. They had no financial motive. As soon as he was acquitted, they filed the lawsuit. So you tend to be a little skeptical if you're me.
Ha! Y'all, did they not hit it on the nail? Did they not hit it on the nail? Everything we talked about, they talked about it. Everything we talked about, they talked. Tasha, I think you're in the wrong chat. You're in the wrong group of people. I'm telling you right now, you are outnumbered. So You tread lightly, okay? I'm just going to tell you. You should come after me for anything. Tread lightly, because you're in the wrong group. You need to go over there to Tisa Tail and the other ones over there. You got room over there for them, okay? Not up in this chat, right? Because we're pro Diddy over here. Pro Diddy 1,000%. Exactly. He was found not guilty on those things. Exactly. Exactly, Anthony. Exactly. You guys, I mean, you can, as long as you can voice your opinion, but when you start attacking me and saying I'm ignorant and all this kind of stuff like the other person did earlier, you're gonna get. We're not gonna do the nasty stuff. You can have your opinion. You could be for the victim, whatever victim there was. I don't see no victim in this case at all. I see one person had domestic violence, which that's not what they went to court for. No, Miss No, I have no words for you. It's about the case. Who attacked you? Somebody called earlier because they wanted me to talk about some other case, and I didn't want to talk about the case, and then they wanted to call me ignorant and all kinds of names. Exactly. I could have left that, and they just want to come in here and just because they don't have a home to go to, they want to come into my house and try to tell me what to do in my house. They're going to come in my house and tell me what to do in my house. I mean, that's crazy. You don't do that. Come to my house. You just politely escort your butt out my house. But Cassie admitted she hit Diddy too. Exactly. But see, the thing is, here's the thing. They did not see the whole tape. They only saw the part. Trust me, I am not condoning any kind of abuse on anybody. None. But my thing is, they took that particular part and they kept rerunning it. They slow motioning it, and they made that the main part. And that's the reason why everything came about, because of Cassie's situation. You understand what I'm saying? All the other one, I mean, you have to. Did you not listen to the transcript? Did you not hear what happened? Did you guys not hear what happened in the case? Obviously it didn't. People got it up there and basically lied. And I know a lot of folks are upset because they feel the Biggie Small situation, Tupac. I mean, that has nothing to do with what this case is about, okay? He was not found guilty of the RICO and all that kind of stuff. And so they're mad. Thanks, Jazz. Cater can hit the like button. They sure can. Okay, I mean, Tanisha, I'm not, this is not towards you. This is towards the people that came into my chat earlier. It has nothing to do with you. But I was just giving you forewarning of what, if you're going to come in and attack me. But I see you're not that type of person. I thank you for not being that type of person want to attack me, because I have my own opinion about it. And you're entitled to your opinion. Yeah, everything. And the hate for Diddy is so strong. And I understand they hate him because his personality, he's very cocky, I understand that. But let's just deal with the case. Let's just deal with the case. That's all we need to deal with, the case. What was proven in the courtroom? What was not proven? That's what we need to deal with. You see, the thing is, Taisha, they want stuff that was not brought to the court. Okay, people are mad. They want stuff that it was not actually part of the case. I mean, things that is not in the case. Like the people talk about the situation with the some gun in a club. That was not brought in the case. Those things was not brought. So let's not talk about stuff that you guys know about that y'all think he needs to be found guilty of, instead of just dealing with what's happening right now in this particular case when they did not find him guilty. That's what I'm talking about. And them taking that one tape and playing it over all kinds of ways, prolonging that few seconds of a 6-minute tape. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm standing strong on it, because get the man for what actually he did. If you're going to do the domestic violence, charge him with the domestic violence. Let's not go do a RICO because you're trying to get to his money. It's always been about his money. If the man worked for his money and he got it, let the man keep his money. Yeah, the case was all built around her. That same little part of the tape, that little bit of part. And then they don't even talk about how him and her went out after the whole incident. How she stayed with him since 2016 it happened. She was with him until 2018, right? She was with him until 2018. Let's deal with what's here, not what you think could have happened or this. Let's deal with what the case that was brought. This case, okay? I know everybody's mad. They know something about what he did. I don't know anything about that. I'm only dealing with what was in the courtroom. That's what I'm dealing with. And that's why, because when I went in, I had all thoughts and all kind of things I expected. I expected kids. I expected homosexuality stuff. I expected a lot of stuff. I expected him to have weapons and people like being thrown out the window. I expected all of that. I didn't get that in court. I didn't get that at all. I didn't get none of that. That's all I'm saying. Let's focus on what he has been convicted of. Let's focus on what this trial has been about. Not what things that you think. I mean, I've heard so many people, oh, you don't know Diddy. He's done this. He's done people wrong. That's karma coming back. Now, that's not karma when the government has to make up something and not let the witness that was supposed to be up there, not let her in because they're afraid that she might mess up their case. Gina just wrote in her letter. Yes, they had a bad relationship. The man is terrible with relationships. The man is terrible with how he treats women. He's terrible, absolutely. And I'm not saying that he's the greatest person, but the point is they did not bring domestic violence to the courtroom. They went federal because they wanted his money. That's all it has been about, the money. They don't want this black man to have so much power, financial backing, and that's what it's all been about. They don't care about no Cassie getting her butt beat by the elevator. You think they cared about that? No, they cared about getting that dude's money. He had too much power, and they are not going to let no black man get that much power. That's what it is about. And charge him for what he's guilty of. Charge him for that. Charge him for beating her behind at the elevator. That's all. I mean, you guys are coming in here, getting upset, thinking he get away. Now, were you this upset with Epstein? When Epstein got 18 months for the dirt he did to those little kids? Did y'all get mad about that? No, nobody cared. Why? Because he's a white man and he's rich. But when it's somebody like Diddy, a black man who happened to have a bad relationship, who don't treat women right. And I'm not saying he treated her right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying charge him for what he is. And then you're trying to keep him in there for 11 years? You got $20 million from him, $10 million from the hotel, and you still trying to get him 11 years? For what? You got paid already. You got paid. Ain't nobody butt whooping worth that much. I'm not. Listen, nobody's butt whooping is worth that much. Nobody. And she got enough. Somebody, she's scared. Scared? You wasn't scared taking that money. And that's the thing. So many of us are brown people that are not, minorities sitting here happy that this man is in jail and want him to stay there for the rest of their life. This man has changed so many people's lives. So many people, I've heard so many great things about him. And you remember, I was in the courtroom and I was listening to different people who told how he has, the stuff he has done for them. I know one person who's working for Revolt right now because of Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? He has given opportunity to people of color, women. You understand what I'm saying? So why try to bring him down because you're mad because he's rich? He's a black rich man who has power. So this is where I stand on it. You know, I'm with him 100% behind him. And he can get help for his issues. This man has dealt with trauma. He had his child. He had his child. Are you scared? Been away from Diddy for years. Oh, okay, you're talking about. Tanisha says tomorrow will tell. Either he gets no time or time. That's the story. Even if he gets time, Tanisha, you think it's fair? You think it's fair? Realistically, Taisha, do you think it's fair the way they treat her? And why aren't you upset about that Finch guy right now who's on bail, who hurt those little boys? How come y'all not mad about that? He's on bail. That's not, see, Max, see that you coming in here with the wrong thing. You said he deleted people. Did he get charged with deleting people? Yes or no? Was his charge for deleting people? Answer that question. Did they bring that charge to him in court? Yes or no? Did they bring that to, did you see anything about any deletion of anybody on that case? Diddy. So y'all coming in here with the wrong thing. Well, how about you going through a trial and then people blaming you something that you didn't that you are not even proven guilty of, and people still saying that you did something. You said who? You don't care? You said you don't care about them. Stop deflecting. Al Capone went to prison for tax evasion. He deleted people too. Well, we're not talking about Al Capone. Stay focused, y'all. Courtroom justice and as hard as a lot of people that are rooting for him, he don't care about none of you. I don't care if he doesn't care about me. That's not what I'm here. I'm not here for Diddy to care about me. I'm not here for that. I don't know the man. I'm not here for him to care about me. I'm here because if they allow this to happen to him, that means a regular person, Joe Blow off the street, has no chance. Because if they could take a person that has all this money and do this to him, and he's not even convicted of it, imagine what they can do to you, the ones that don't have money. That's what I'm standing for. Do what is right. That's it. But y'all okay with that until it becomes one of your family members, which is being charged for something that they didn't do. I mean what I say, silly man. See, this is the kind of stuff that I don't allow in my chat. Mine's, I got rid of this one. See, that this is the stuff. Don't come in here with the mammy stuff. Don't come in here insulting me. Don't come in my chat. Stay your asses out. Stop it. Don't come and attack me, my character, attacking me because I have something different in belief than you. Don't come in here with the bull. My name is not Mammy. My name is Sylvia. Y'all can't handle it? Get out the kitchen. That's what I just did, Tawana. I blocked them. Can't handle me? Get out the kitchen. I mean, they come in here with this, always trying to attack me because I think different from them. I think different from them. I'm not sitting here with a think group and letting people control how I think and feel about certain things. No. I think we should be able to disagree with that. Thank you, T. They want to come in here calling me mammy and all that. I have not called nobody any kind of name. I have not. They want to come in here and insult me. No, we're not doing that. I'm going to protect my peace. We're not doing that because then when I cuss you out, then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's a Christian. I can't believe she's cussing somebody out. And see, y'all get me to get to that point. I cuss y'all out and then talk about your mama. Then y'all get mad at me. I don't agree with Sylvia, but I'm not going to disrespect her. Thank you, T. Don't go hard for regular people. A regular don't chance. A regular don't chance. But you don't go hard for regular people. Taisha, you don't know my channel, do you? Obviously, you don't know me. Because I'm about to do a case right now of a regular person that I'm about to go hard for. You don't know my channel. No, it's not because he has money. No, I go hard for anybody that's being done unjustly. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. We should be able to disagree and simply thank for your reporting. So you're welcome, Twan. Taisha, you do not know me. You do not know me. Stay the next couple of cases I've done. Watch what everyone think different. And everybody's entitled to thinking different. That's all. I mean, it's cool with me. But just don't come in here with the attacks, calling me out of my name and stuff. She missed your whole point when you said, "What if it was a regular person?" She's not listening to me. Y'all don't like it here. Two-sided story. The world is unhinged. I don't like to hear two sides of the story. The world's unhinged. Nellie says, "What he has done, that's racist. Besides, keep a bunch of uncharged acts out and he wouldn't get life like R. Kelly." Bunch of uncharged acts. Diddy don't deserve lockup too long. People are jealous nowadays. Yep. You can tell who watched the actual trial. Yeah, they're not paying attention. What crime? They should have charged. Thank you. That's the thing. Charge him for what you think he did. Sylvia, can you feel and think how you should? Thank you. Number one, I told you I'm unapologetic. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, and I don't do the group think. I don't do group think. I don't think like everybody else. People in my chat will tell you I don't do that group thing. So he did get convicted, yeah. But here's the question: go and check anybody who got convicted for a Mann Act. Nobody got no 11 years. None of them got 11 years. Go check. Go check. Even the cases that they brought up. That's why they came down. Instead of trying to give them 20 years, they trying to give them 11. Because they know nobody got that kind of time on that type of charge. Walk free. He's not walking free at all. He's been in jail since September last year. So his walking free is not even an option. He already spent time. And most Johns get a little bit of time. Sylvia didn't watch the trial either. Oh gosh, here we go. There we go. There we go. We got people coming in here with the nonsense. There we go. Nellie, you better tread lightly. I'm telling you right now, Nellie. tread lightly, because your behind came in here yesterday with the nonsense. Tread lightly, because I'm watching you. Mods, watch whatever that person, Nelly Hankey. Watch Nelly Hankey. Any stupid remark they make towards me, get them out of here. Get them out. I'm telling you, because I'm not having it today. Anything that Nelly says towards me, block Nelly. So you've been warned, Nelly. You've been warned. I think it's the best time to explain to the people what he found guilty of. He got found guilty of the manner. I'm going to play it again. So you guys that's just coming in, I'm going to play the video again. I'm going to play the video again so you guys can get a chance to hear it.
We're going to start with Diddy. In full disclosure, I've represented Sean for almost 20 years on a multitude of things. In fact, just this past week, I got his mother's case dismissed. Somebody was suing on some Mickey Mouse basis. And my daughter is his lead lawyer, co-lead lawyer with Mark Agnifilo. And so in full disclosure, I cannot believe how ridiculous the government is, but I'll let you ladies talk about that.
Oh, they're insane. This is ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, asking to max him out. And the thing that really makes me mad is they're asking for extra time based on conduct that they couldn't prove. That just, it happens all the time. I've had clients sentenced on it, but it makes me mad because, they overcharge cases and the defense has to defend an overcharged case. And then they convict on scraps and they think that they should get sentenced on what they couldn't prove. And that is crap. They shouldn't. The jury did not believe
let me break that down. Just because that is a pearl of wisdom. They overcharge. The prosecution controls the courts. For anybody who thinks a judge controls it, you're naive. It's the prosecution who controls the criminal justice system. They overcharge. They took their best shot. They tried to take away his freedom. They tried to take away his entire billion-dollar fortune. They lost. They lost all the counts that count. But what do they do now? They come in and they say, hey, judge, I know we overcharged. I know we lost. I know 12 jurors who sat here for 6 weeks rejected our theories, but we want you to use that conduct, which we lost and overcharged, to enhance it and give him 135 months.
Yeah, but they know, Mark, I think the tenor in that courtroom, at least what I was picking up, is this, I know judges are supposed to be neutral, but you guys have all been doing this long enough to know they're not always. Some of them do put their finger on the scale, and they do that how? Through their rulings, right? Diddy got shot down, what was it, Mark, 5 freaking times on bail? Like, he wasn't going to go.
No, he doesn't let him go.
He should not have been locked up for all this time. That has nothing to do with whether I think he's guilty, not guilty. He really shouldn't have. And the judge could have let him go, especially after the jury came back, knocked out the top counts, and really minimized this case. And then he should have been let out at least then. And for the judge to not do that, that tells me either he's being very performative or he's going to do everything in his power to give him the highest possible sentence range he can. And that probably scares your daughter and the rest of her defense team. And maybe it should.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have so many competing emotions on this, because on one hand, Judge Subramanian issued an order, and they had a hearing, I believe 4 or 5 days ago, where he asked 5 questions. And he asked these 5 questions and had the colloquy with Alexandra Shapiro, who is the appellate lawyer who was actually in the trial handling this. Both she and His Honor are former Supreme Court clerks and some of the smartest people you'll ever watch in a courtroom. And he asked 5 questions about the constitutionality, basically, of the Mann Act provisions. And for those who don't know, the Mann Act is the transportation across state lines for purposes of prostitution, broadly speaking. But there was an argument that Sean did not have sex with the escorts, and he was clearly filming what was happening. And how is that any different, number one, than pornography? Number two, I always say, and there but for the grace of God walk I, how many times I'm up the road at Burbank Airport where I'm going today, flying to Vegas on a Friday afternoon. If you saw the crowd that was in the Burbank Airport flying across state lines to go have sex in Las Vegas, you could incarcerate the entire airport. But he asked these questions, which judges rarely do in a post-conviction Rule 29. Basically, what you're telling the judge is, once the prosecution rests, judge, there's not enough evidence. He had taken that under submission. One of the interesting things, and why I say I have mixed emotions, it hasn't been widely reported. His other previous criminal trial before this case, he waited until after that person was convicted. He vacated the conviction in that case and granted the Rule 29. He's in that same position potentially here. He did it a week before sentencing. He brought the lawyers and Sean into court. He asked the government these questions. The government is now asking for basically 11 years, about the same length of time that Sean was involved with Cassie, ironically. And that's what they're asking for. You also, and I'd love to hear your thing, I always feel like when the government goes so overboard, are they afraid that he's going to embrace the defense request for 14 months and hoping that he kind of cuts the baby in half?
Split the baby. Yeah, I think they're always trying to split the baby. And I think that's the problem. The defense essentially wants him out almost on time served. And so if the state asks for a ton of time, if they'd asked for 5 years and he splits the baby, then what's it going to be, 2.5 years? And I think that always factors in. And I hate that factors in, because I hate that the prosecution always asks for more time. It's like they forget that they're talking about a human being's life behind bars in barbaric, situation. Our prisons and jails are awful. I don't think anybody can dispute that. They're awful. And so you're talking about taking a human out of society, and it's like they just arbitrarily pick a number. Oh, well, we think it's going to be in the middle, so we're going to ask for more time so that when he splits the baby, we'll get, 5 years. That is a long time. That is a very long time. 11 years behind bars is an extremely long time. And I know people are mad and they don't like Diddy and they don't like what he did. But you got to look at the facts. You got to look at what they could prove, what he was convicted of. And the letter that they attached from Cassie, from one of his accusers, says basically she wants him kept behind bars because she's afraid of what retribution will happen. Well, you know what? Someone with Diddy's means, if he was going to do some type of retribution, he can do it from behind bars. I think that's a ridiculous reason to keep someone in jail. There's ankle monitor. There's tons of different things that can be monitored. Put someone out, put them out in society, have them monitored. That's what probation's for. That's what supervised release is for. Give him a chance. Don't say, oh, well, I'm afraid he's going to have retribution. And so therefore, I think you need to lock him up and throw away the key. We're talking about a federal shutdown right now. Federal prisons are expensive. Cut the guy a break.
Well,
I don't think this judge has the balls to cut this guy a break.
I don't think he does either.
I like him. I liked his thoughtfulness. What bothers me about this case, and has bothered me about this case, is this case seemed to be civil driven. And what do I mean by that? The civil lawsuit, the failed mediation, the Adult Survivors Act, basically the lawsuit that was filed by Cassie, which was the blueprint for what the Southern District adopted. And now there's this argument that, oh, I'm scared. Well, you weren't scared when you cashed the $20 million check. You weren't scared in the years since then to the point where you made a police report. By the way, in the 11 years that you were with him, you never called the police once, except at one point when a neighbor called the police. So there's a little, talk about performative. There's a little much. And then when you have one of the named so-called victims. And one of the themes of this case was nobody ever called the police. It's like, why was nobody ever calling the police if you were so scared? And now in retrospect you are, when, by the way, you're filing lawsuits. I mean, one of the letters was from somebody who had testified in the trial. They had no financial motive. As soon as he was acquitted, they filed the lawsuit. So you tend to be a little skeptical if you're me.
All right, that was it. Yeah, that was it. I wanted to play for you guys. All right. Look, listen. Anybody that's coming in here to do the insult, you're about to get blocked. Grace, whoever you are, clarify who you're talking about. Who you saying sick in the head? Clarify who you're talking about being sick in the head. Because you guys don't come in here with the nonsense. You can have your opinion, but when you start attacking or saying stuff negative about me, I'm getting you out of here, period. So tell me who you're talking about, Grace, because right now I'm thinking you're talking about me. Are you talking about me, Grace? Let me know. If you're talking about me, I'm about to block you. You tell me who you're talking about. Because I'm not taking the insults. I'm not doing that. You're not coming into my house with the insults. Don't come in here with the insult. You can have your opinion. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But when you start calling me names and start talking about my intelligence or whether or not, you're stepping on the wrong line. You're going over that line. And that line, I'm not going to accept it. Okay? So you tell me now. Answer my question. Who are you talking about? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer my question. No, I'm not talking about you, ma'am. I'm talking about the lady on the screen. Oh, okay. Okay, I just want to clarify it because once you start putting things out about me, I'm not taking it. I'm just making sure you're not talking about me because I'm not going to sit here and let you insult me. I'm not doing it. You figured she wasn't talking about me? Okay. All right, but that's what I want to give you guys an update. Let me see if they updated anything just since we've been talking. Hold on a second. Let me just see. Let me go look in the PACES report and see if they updated anything yet. Hold on. Oh, something just came through. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Something just came through. Hold on. Let's see what they're saying. No, they haven't said anything else. No, it's the same stuff. I thought they did something else. Nope. Okay. No, I don't see anything else. Nothing else has been updated. Let me see if I got anything else. Okay. Oh, Travis, thank you. Thank you, Travis, for another Cash App. Thank you. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App. May God give you 1,000 folds of what you have blessed me with. Thank you so much, Travis. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing me some love. We agree to disagree, Beth says. Stop. We have to be less sensitive than that. I'm not talking about you. No, it's not me being sensitive. It's me protecting my space. I have to set boundaries because then people think they could come in here and say anything to me. It's not being sensitive. It's just respect. Out of respect, you wouldn't go into a courtroom talking about the judge in a negative way, would you? Would you go in somebody's house and talk about them in a negative way? No, you would not. It's a form of respect. It ain't sensitivity, it's respect. I think people get that mixed up because I make a stand on how I want to be treated. That's how I want to be treated. It has nothing to do with me being sensitive. It's a form of respect. If I respect you, I don't talk about you in a negative way. I don't cuss you out. Don't come in here and try to mess with my intelligence. Talk about me in a nasty way. Be a lie and want to get on the stand tomorrow and continue lying. I agree we gotta meet in the middle, but some people are clearly disrespectful. How's that? Dallas is good. She's in her room doing work now. How long do you think he's getting? I said what the attorneys would just said they're gonna go in the middle, and I was saying 5 years. That's what I was saying. But we never know. You never know. It might get different. After reading that letter from that last person, I think it's gonna be less time because they have solutions set for Diddy, to help him. He has a whole community that's gonna walk with him, and he already has programs set for them to change. So I believe it's going to be less time now, especially if the judge reads those letters, and it coming from somebody who's a chaplain at a jail, and I, I just believe it's going to be less time now. It's going to be less. Thank you, M. Miller. So Ray from Dallas, that's what I think. You think? I hope he gets time served. I would love to get for him to get time served. You said a lot of people are going to be crying. Um, I'm already thinking that the judge is going to give him. The judge has not changed his stance, and he's been like on the government side. So that's what I think. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope I'm wrong that the judge will give him it, but I doubt it. Why is everyone saying 11 years? I'm saying half. I said 5 years. I don't think he's going to get 11 years. No, I don't think he's going to get 11 years. Gina's letter was powerful, and and yeah, definitely Gina's letter, because remember, Gina was victim number 3, supposedly, allegedly victim number 3, right? But because Gina says that what the government did to her, you can't unhear that. You can't undo that, what you have seen. Am I going tomorrow, Ray? I wish I could, but I can't. I have my own case going on, and I have to be here. I think the letter the defense wrote asking me not to speak tomorrow was got him more time. That's not going to get him more time. No, it's not. Because you heard the judge. The judge just told them they can go ahead and bring out that she's lying. They can talk against that. So, did you just see what I put up? What the judge said? Jason. I wonder why baby love mom hasn't write a letter. I think she did. I think she did write a letter. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw her letter in the first group of letters. Let me go back to the first group of letters. I think she did write a letter. If I'm not mistaken. Her name, what's her name again? I think she did write a letter. I think she did. Isn't her name Tam? Tam, right? I think she did. She wrote the letter. Yeah, Tran. Dana Tran did write a letter. Yeah, she did. Hold on a second. Let me go get the letter. Hold on. I said Tram. I knew it was something. She did write a letter. Hold on. I got to figure out where I put it at. Hold on. I don't think I named it as letters. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Where is the letter? I think her letter was, let's see, is it this one here? Is it these sets of letters? Because he did a set that was, hold on. Fine. What's her first name again? Hold on a second. Let's see. What did you say her first name? Dana. Dana. Okay, hold on a second. Let me check. Dana. Hold on a second. Let's see. I think it's this one. Hold on. 182 pages. I think this is the one. Hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to get the letters for y'all. I think they were in the appendix. Hold on a second. Let me go back to the appendix. Appendix 1, column sentencing. I think it's this one here. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is it. Hold on. Fine. Dana. Yep, she did do it. She was exhibit number 19. She wrote a letter. Hold on. She's exhibit number 19. Let me get it for you. Yep, she did write a letter. Number 19. Right here. He had so many letters. This is her letter right here. All right, let me show you the letter. She did write the letter. Okay, this is her letter right here. You see it right here? That's her letter. Joyce Sion, you see it, right? This is her letter right here. Let me read it for you. Let me read it for you. He had tons of letters, y'all. He had like first half came with the first set of exhibit, then the next one letter, then he got a set another additional letters just recently. So he got a whole bunch of letters from different all walks of life. Did you want me to read it for you, Jason? Did you want me to read it? Let me know if you want me to read it. I can read it for you if you want me to. But I thought she was one paying for men. If she was broke, how could she? I think she's talking about broken, like not Diddy, not well, more money than me, but broke as in Diddy's type of money. I don't think she was like rich. She had money to throw away. Because if you're doing drugs and buying drugs allegedly, you have money to waste. I don't have money like that to waste. Did you want me to read the letter? Yes or no? You answer. You focusing on somebody else's question. I asked you a question, you didn't answer. You asked, did she write a letter? Now I'm asking you, did you want me to read the letter? Yes or no? Because you had me to search for the letter. I guess you're not interested. You just wanted to see whether or not she wrote a letter, right? You just want to see that, right? She did write a letter. and the incarcerated individual who was taking the class wrote a letter. Um, jail wrote send the evaluation of his the program he's doing. He got a lot of support, a big old support system, and I think he's going to do great. You just got to leave it in God's hand. If God feels for him to get out, he'll get out. If he feels he needs to be in there a little longer, be in there a little longer. We just got to trust the process. But we can still voice our opinion on it. Okay, did y'all not want to? Okay, I'm going to move on now. All right, I'm going to move on since nobody else is saying anything. I'm going to move on. Oof, y'all, my body aching. Ooh, Jesus, my body. Y'all like my sweatshirt? One of my subscribers gave me. They put my Pisces right here. They put bless. They put this here. They put this here. They put this here. I'm a diamond. I'm a diamond in the rough. So they made this shirt for me. Shout out to my subscribers. I don't even remember who's the one that did it for me. But they gave me it. They made it for me. They made this sweatshirt for me. It is very thoughtful. They made me a whole bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff. You see it? See my little shh. They got this. So, and then blessed. I love this part. Bless, 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 bless in the city. Be blessed in the field. Be blessed when we come and when we go. Okay, anything else, guys? I told you guys, anything that comes up, anything that happens, more stuff comes through. I will bring it to you guys. Just stay tuned. Since I'm really kicking and having a fit because I'm not there. I wanted to be there. I can't be there, but oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all see this gray hair of mine, this white hair? Y'all see this white hair? Y'all, those ponytail, they took my hair out. Some of my hair is like I got breakage because she was putting that glue stuff, not the glue, to hold my hair up, for the ponytail. And some of my hair was like, I was looking at some of my edges like, look at it, got breakage. Okay, Dwight wants me to read the letter. Okay, Dwight, let me read the letter for you. Thank you, Dwight. Dwight, I'm going to read it for you. Okay, hold on. All right, Dwight wants me to read the letter. All right, let me read the letter for Dwight. All right, Dwight, it says here, I'm not going to mess up the judge's name because y'all know me and names don't work too well. All right. Dear Judge, I am writing to you regarding Sean Combs, with whom I share a 2-year-old daughter, blank Combs. I respectfully ask you to consider this letter as a testament to his character and the importance of his presence in our child's life. Although I understand and respect the seriousness of the legal process, I have personally witnessed Sean as a concerned and attentive father. From the earliest days of our daughter's life, he has shown her deep care, affection, and commitment. His bond with her is genuine and irreplaceable. Our daughter blank is at a critical stage of development where having both parents involved provides much needed stability, especially emotional stability. I have tried to keep her life as normal as possible, but the absence of her father has taken a noticeable toll. Blank, we know her name. Love is bright and curious, and she often becomes frustrated when she cannot see her daddy. She asks many questions about why she cannot be with him and why she can only see him under his current circumstances. When she hears his voice, she lights up. It is clear how important he is to her sense of safety, happiness, and belonging. I do not seek to excuse past mistakes, but I wholeheartedly believe that allowing Sean the chance to be present for his child will not only strengthen their bond, but also inspire him to continue making positive choices for the future. His role as a father gives him a powerful reason to change, grow, and live responsibly. The way he spends his time going forward and the legacy he leaves are things his children will carry with them for the rest of their lives. I write this letter on behalf of our daughter to express that there is no hidden agenda. Sean's only wishes is to learn from this experience and return home to his family. He has always missed important milestones. He has already missed important milestones in the lives of his older children, and I humbly ask that he not miss anymore. Sean is deeply committed to being present for love and his other children. He will not jeopardize that chance. He simply wants to grow old with his family. I respectfully ask the court to show compassion and allow Sean the opportunity to be an active father in our daughter's life. I trust in the court's wisdom and judgment, and I will respect whatever decision is made. But I hope my words help convey just how meaningful his presence in our is to our child's growth and well-being. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. Respectively, Dana Tran. Okay, that's what she said. Oh, oh, sorry. I didn't need to read it. You meet with your moms. Sorry, you don't need to read it. Did you meet with your moms? That's what I did ask earlier, and people in the chat were saying you said mods. I knew you said moms. Oh, it's mods. I thought she was saying moms. No, we thought you were saying moms. You need to realize Diddy is going to prison. He did a lot of people and children wrong. Stop sugarcoating. And for somebody who have a name exceptionally blessed, I don't know where that name is coming from. You got the wrong name, lady. You got the wrong name because you're wishing negativity and hate and I don't think God want anybody to be in prison. Candy, I don't understand this person at all. They got the wrong kind of name. Oh, you have the same birthdays, did he? Excuse me, sorry. Y'all, the cold is breaking up, y'all. Whatever I had is breaking up. Now my allergy stopped. I took some medicine earlier. Now it's starting to act up again. That's November 4th, right? November 4th is the birthday. Yeah, and somebody had asked earlier, did the children write letters? All the kids wrote letters. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all. All his kids wrote letters. His mom wrote a letter. We're gonna go through all the letters. Hold on. We're not gonna read them. We're just gonna show you all the people. Okay, here's the letters. He got a letter from the BOP psych. It's that one's under seal. We can't see that one. Can't see that one. That's under seal. Then he got a letter from Judith Green, Trevin Jones, Floria De Niro, Ariel Malone, Shay Omolabi. We have Carisha Bronley, which is I know who she is. Christopher Hicks. We've got Jeff Burrows, Robert Chelselin, Terry Haskin, Vashta Williams, Sass Smith, LaShawn Owen, Shannon Riddle, Hillary Weston, Mark Turner, Stephen Hill, Neil Dominique, Brittany Hall, Lewis Johnson, Ray Philpott, Jerome Ferguson, Carlton Thomas. Is that the singer? Lucia Rodriguez, Desmond Ryan, Angela Alcantara, Marlon Grimes, Charles Alexander, Karen Anderson, Lewis Jones, Lucas White, Cheryl Gentry, Stevie Jordan, Christopher Terrell, Aaron Arnold, Alan Barkoff, Dr. Richard Kruger. That one's under seal. Dr. Megan Kaplan, that's under seal. And then there's additional letters on government identified cases, and then the government. There's more letters. And this is his mom letters. Let's see. I don't see his mom name at the first one. Did I see his mom letter? Oh yeah, Janice. Okay, here's the kid's name. I'm sorry, we missed out on the kids. You have Janice Combs, the mom. You have Keisha, his sister. We have Dallas Austin, his friend. Tiffany Brown, LaWanda Lane, Justin is his son. Quincy's son. House of Robert, Novadine, Keith, Ebony, Electra Ware. We have Marsha Irving. We have Karen Lindsay. They go Chance. They go to daughters, Delilah and Jesse. Then you have Nicole. Then we have everybody else. You have Valerie Payton. We have Christian Combs, the other son. All the kids. You got Sarah, the other the ex-girlfriend. Shamil Spencer, I don't know who that is. So all the family wrote letters right here. Yep. So he got a whole bunch of letters. You got 20 something letters here, 28 letters here. You got a total of 56. Hold on a second. You have a total of 67 letters here. Then you have these additional letters here. Then you have the ones that just came in here today. So you had over I would say about 80 something letters. You wonder what the mom letter says? The mom letter was very touching. I read that letter. That was a very touching letter. Y'all want me to read that one again? It was very touching because she told about the stuff that he went through. No, I go to court on my own tomorrow. Yes, I do go to court on my own. What exceptionally blessed? What's your purpose of having that name and you're so negative? What's the purpose of having that you wish everybody to have terrible things that happen to them? What's the purpose of having a name like that? Did his father wrote letters? His father? His father's deceased. Diddy's father's deceased. Dwight. One thing about my faith is good. I am not worried about nothing. I put it in God's hand. I don't worry about anything. Not a thing. Because whatever the answer is, God's got me, regardless. That's how much trust I have in God. I don't seem to be a criminal. Well, some folks think I'm a criminal. Public perception, public opinion. There's some folks who don't like me think I'm a criminal. Candy, I gotta laugh too. Candy, I'm gonna laugh too. Oh, I gotta laugh. Being on YouTube, you become a criminal and everything. They make up all kinds of stuff about you on social media. Everybody's a criminal on social media. Oh Lord. But you know what? They did say that every single one of us commit a federal crime every single day. Every single one of us. We all commit a federal crime. So I guess we're all criminals at one point in life. Like if you go in somebody else's mailbox, you're a criminal. If you happen to have your neighbor's mail, right, and you decide to put it back in their mailbox, you're a criminal. That's a crime. That's a federal crime. Did you know that? So the federal government got it set up. Even if you're not guilty, they'll find a way to make you guilty of something. Lying on the food stamp application too. Lying on food stamp application. Mm-mm-mm. Who lied on the food stamp application? I ain't lied. I told them I ain't got no money. I sure didn't have no money. Let me tell you, food stamp is something that you really don't want to get involved in. I did mail, not food stamp. No, Candy was saying about the food stamp. Candy was saying about the food stamp. Lying on food stamp application. Even on your application on for a loan. When you sit there and say that you make more money than what you make, that's a lie. That's a crime. Me, LOL, I embellish it. I mean, and that's just what I say. Whatever the story is tomorrow, we'll tell it. If it's meant to be home. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree, Tanisha. I agree with you on that. I agree. I didn't say anything different on what you said on that. Mm-mm. No, but every single one of us commit a crime on some kind of way in the federal government. Every single one of us. They said if you sit down and you start thinking about all the stuff that could happen, and yeah, when you if you write on a dollar bill, that's a crime. If you write like numbers on a dollar bill, or if you rip it, that's a crime. Did y'all know that? That's a federal crime. you write, you know how some people be writing numbers on the dollar bill, say you got somebody's phone number, you want to write it on a dollar bill, that's a crime. It is. It's a federal crime. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I bet you some of y'all committed that crime. Writing on that dollar bill. Or even take a piece of the dollar bill, like you rip it by accident, that's a crime. If you tape it, it's a crime because you I'm telling y'all, we do a lot of crime. All of us are criminals up in here. Mm-hmm. 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 Like if you do certain thing and you cross state line, or you use a camera, say you taking a picture of somebody in a different state, and there's so many things that we could all go to jail for in the federal government. Every single one of us could go to jail for it because the way they wrote the laws, they can catch you for anything. So for us to say, "Oh, I never committed a crime," you're lying. You just don't know that you committed a crime. Just say, "I don't know if I committed a crime." Just say, "I don't know if that was a crime." And ignorance of the law is still not a defense, they said. So you need to learn all your laws. And they got laws on the books that we don't know anything about. You know, sodomy is still in the law books. All those that take stuff from the back, y'all be having that kind of intercourse, that's a crime. It's still on some books. I'm just telling y'all. Some of y'all that do that nasty, y'all committing a crime, especially if you go in a different state, go to take an island trip and you go do the nasty and on a vacation. Yeah, y'all going to jail. Do the nasty, go to Vegas and do the nasty, you're going to jail. All y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail. Crossing state line, you use interstate commerce. Y'all going to jail. All of y'all going to jail. Candy, I'm serious. I know a whole bunch of y'all where did the nasty on a trip, and y'all not even married to the person. You going to jail. Oh, now think about it, y'all. Think. Where's my girl that said Queen B? You guilty of something, aren't you, Queen? Y'all tell the truth, y'all. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all all going to jail. She said, "Well, better catch me." Serena said, "Not." Cornhub didn't get that memo. Him be out freedom will be my best birthday gift. Yeah. The wife say pleading the fifth on all of these things that I mentioned. Not me, I'm married. Oh, before you was married, you was doing the nasty and cross state line, Serena. Don't act like you innocent. You were doing the dirty work before you got married. Y'all were doing the dirty work before you got married. Remember, they can go back years. The way they making things now these days, they can go back and capture you from years ago crime. Oh, we're making joke about it, but there's a lot of stuff on the books that we don't even know about that they could put us. She said, "Heck no." So we all crooks, all of us, criminal. Queen, you're a criminal too. Since you want to call me, say I don't look like a criminal. Eavesdropping on somebody's phone conversation is a crime. Especially you don't have a thing to do so. Did you go to jail? Yes, I did, Queen. I did go to jail. I went to jail for 8 days. Queen, I went to jail for 8 days. I gotta tell you my jail story. Oh my God, I went to Rice Street. I went to 3 different jails, 8 days in jail. They lost me. They lost me, y'all. There's a new story for you? Man, Queen, you just don't know. I cried like a baby. But then at the end, I accepted and I said, Lord, whatever your will is. Yeah, they lost me. They lost me in the jail because they had a computer glitch, and Rice Street didn't tell Clayton County where I was at, and Clayton County was trying to get me, and they wasn't able to come and get me because I was supposed to be at Clayton County because I had no charges in Fulton County. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Do y'all know that when say you have the automatic draft on your out of your account, right? Say your job didn't put money in your account and you didn't have your paycheck in there, and then that automatic draft come through. Do you know that's a crime? Do you know that's a crime? Even though it's not your fault, it's still a crime because you don't have money in there. You're not supposed to have automatic thing to come out. Yeah, this Queen, didn't I just tell you I'll tell you the story once my stuff is over? I told you that yesterday. You did your time. Y'all, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. After tomorrow, we're going to talk about my time in the jail. At 50 years old, folks decided they wanted to put me in jail. A court are shameless for doing that to you. Shame on them. See, sheets. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have a members only conversation of my jail time. All right. Let me see if it's. Let me look at the thing one more time. See if anything came up. So stop talking me down when I say when people do wrong, there are consequences. I'm being real, not trying to get content. I'm gonna ignore you, lady. I'm gonna ignore you. Let's see. I am going to ignore you. They have some updated. Hold on, let's see what happened. They had something updated at 2:27. Let's see what happened. I think they just updating the computer just to. Nothing happened. They just keep refreshing the computer because it says last update is 2:27. They refresh the computer, make sure they get everything up to date. So it's nothing new. You say I think Queen Bee, why are you concerned about my mods? What's up with that? Are you did you used to be a mod and you just changed your name and you in here trying to act like did you used to be, are you one of those people that used to be in my chat as a mod and now you have, folks change their name, try to act like they somebody else, and then they come in here trying to wreak havoc, trying to be somebody they're not? Because I see a lot of weird changed names up in here, and I know y'all guys didn't come from Sean G's channel, and I do be trying to figure out who is this person. I try to watch the conversation, and for some strange reason, you're so fixated on the mods. Why is that, Queen Bee? Why you are so fixated with the mods? Because you keep talking. First you said you thought it was my mom. Now you said they were swatting earlier. Okay. Now I definitely know that you're part of somebody that used to be here. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking like you're just hiding behind a different name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pamela, you see that too, right? Queen Bee is so concerned about the mods. Very concerned about the mods. I think you might be part of the other group. The other person that came in that day was worried about CMT. They joined 2 days ago. We knew it was something up with that, didn't we? There's probably the one that got zapped when she kept asking about CMT. I think it's the same people. Yeah, here's the thing. You use the same MO and you get caught. Use the same MO. I got people who think I don't know who they are. But God gives me discernment. And that discernment works every time. And most of the time, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Your grandson told you how to chat. I introduced myself. That's the story you want to tell us today. Okay. You just happened to have your grandson to teach you how to chat. Interesting. You know I don't believe you, right? You know I don't believe you because you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. I had to cut off cable because it's too expensive, but he showed me how to chat when we watching Sean G. So now you saying you Sean G's. You just activated your account, but that doesn't make sense. You just activated account, but you've been watching Sean G. Doesn't make sense. You activated 2 days ago, but you've been watching Sean G and your grandson. Come on now. Queen Bee, just make it make sense. It's not working, Queen Bee. Queen Bee, it's not working, my dear. This story is not lining up. Sean don't know her. That's what she said, Candy. Candy said Sean don't know her. Okay, Candy's calling you out. She said Sean don't know you. Sean don't know you. I never know how this worked. He watched Sean G and showed me you were on there, so I followed you first. But here's the deal: your page is only 2 days old. I was on Sean G on what was it? On Sunday, no Monday. Monday. I was on Sean G Monday. All right, I got some work to do, y'all. I think that's enough time I spent with y'all. If I get any new information, I will be back. I will be back with you guys. But right now, I got these calls that I need to do from. I'm gonna play something for y'all. Hold on. Why is this chat so hilarious today? I'm just playing. Candy, this chat is crazy today. This chat is nuts. Hold on a second, y'all. I got tons of calls. Tons of calls. Got tons of calls, y'all. that I gotta get ready to hold on a second. Let me show you what I got. I'm gonna play a hot second of this call. Watch. Listen to this. Hold on a second. Let me play this one for you. Hold on. Listen.
For English, press 1. Para español, oprima 2.
Okay, y'all see that? I got a whole bunch of them I have to work on. What did you say, Dwight? What did Dwight say? Dwight said, honey, you see what I say? Okay, let's see what Dwight said. Oh, wow, y'all. See, you see, this lady has some issues right here. She said, you can't stand for people to catch you in your lies. You have done people very wrong too. You don't need to have a members only. Everyone already knows you were arrested. Your name fits you. You see this, y'all? She wants attention, y'all. This lady wants attention. She got unblocked. Now she get ready to get blocked again. Because, lady, I don't know you. And I don't think you need to be in my channel. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. Tracy, I got her. See, I try to be nice. I try to be nice. A comment, you could delete the comment, Tall Glass, but I'm on StreamYard, and if you guys don't catch it quick enough, I still see it. So you're not catching it quick enough, so it doesn't matter. I blocked her. I'll handle it. No worries. I got it. No worries whatsoever. I got it. It was not deleted over here. All right, I'm about to go. I gotta go. My neck is hurting me. I'll see you guys later. Bye. See you later.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold.
digital world where emotion is shared. Every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared. Every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment